Hello, everybody. I just wanted to hop on really quick with my hair messy and no makeup. Uh, I just wanted to provide an update. I released the first episode last Wednesday, and I wasn't really sure, how it was going to be received, if people were even gonna listen. I always have my fan base of family and friends, right? They're loyal and I love everybody to death, and I'm so appreciative of the support of people in my life. And I'm like, okay, I'll get probably 20 listens, and I haven't done any advertising or anything yet, and I had 54 listens. That might not sound huge in the grand scheme of things, because eventually with your podcast you start to grow an audience and it's huge, but for a first episode this is pretty successful. So I'm celebrating that. Also, I just wanted to be real about how much effort it takes to put out something like this. It's hours and hours of work that I've put into everything, and I'm still setting stuff up. There's still a lot of stuff to be done, on the social media side of things. I didn't even have a Facebook page yet. I don't have a Twitter yet. There's these things that I just haven't completed. But it's a work in progress, right? The biggest thing was that I wanted to make sure that I just started putting it out there. Because a lot of times with stuff like this, because there's so much to do, you can get bogged down in the minutia of actually doing the things, because you're oh my God, well, I can't launch if I don't have this, or I can't do this if I don't have that. And you start getting caught up in all the details of everything that needs to be done, and you can't do anything. This has been a constant thing in my life where I get so bogged down by all the details and all the planning that I end up doing nothing. And the problem with that is that you end up putting out nothing. And it becomes this cycle of just always talking about things that you wish you could do and you never do. So with this podcast, it's been a test of being okay that not everything's done, being okay with things not being perfect, and being okay with being a one-woman show and just kind of learning as I go along and developing skills and adding to what I've built. And it's been a process, because I'm a planner and I like things to be perfect, and I'm used to launching other people's businesses and figuring out the details for them. And so doing something for myself in this kind of capacity is new. Being okay with everything not being perfect is new. And so, and even just allowing myself to put this out there without it all being finished and perfect and, everything being done has been a test of just getting it out there. And that's what I succeeded at last week. So instead of focusing on the failures of not having the Facebook page ready or not having the Twitter ready and being I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do this, I've switched my narrative in my head where I'm guess what? I got the episode out. I got it on YouTube. I got it, every day I've been getting on different podcasting networks. So it's getting out there. And those are the successes, there's still, my to-do list is long of things that I still need to do to make the podcast successful. But I'm not focusing on the things that I haven't done yet. They're on my to-do list and I'm getting to them as I had time. I just completed the Facebook page today and invited my family and friends. And so my whole point of making this video is to be honest about what it takes to launch something like this, but also encouraging you, if you have something in your life that you are getting caught up in the minutia of the setup process and being so worried that it's not going to be perfect, start putting it out there and learn as you go. That's my biggest recommendation, my biggest tip with all of this stuff is that in today's day and age of the internet, things don't have to be perfect. They really don't. I've seen websites and advertisements and landing pages and things that, are actually quite hideous, and they convert well. It's better to be out there being authentic, being honest about your shortcomings or the fact that you just didn't get it done, and that's okay. Like, I think we strive in this society today for this like level of perfection that doesn't exist, and being afraid to admit when we're overwhelmed or that we didn't get something done, or we want to provide excuses as to why those things didn't happen. It's not necessary. It's okay. It's okay that my whole process isn't complete and I launched anyway. It's okay that I don't have the social media dialed in. It's okay that I'm not running advertisements. It's okay that, my intros are just, It's a work in progress. The goal and the success of last week was getting something launched and feeling good about that. When it comes to your mental health and where you're at with things, it's important to celebrate the successes instead of focusing on what didn't get done or what you didn't do or what's still left to do. Like, celebrate the successes, and that's my encouragement for today, and that's where I'm at in the process. There's a lot to do, but launching last week was a huge success. So celebrate your successes today, tomorrow, this week, and thank you for coming on this journey with me.